Wildcat Chronicles. We're your hosts, Alyssa Stack
and Ericka, and we created this show to interview students and Wilmington High School staff to gain more information about the senior exploration and the impact this experience has on students in the Wilmington community.
Senior exploration is offered to graduating seniors for about 4 to 5 weeks during their last quarter of high school. Students get the option of choosing a project or internship that has to be approved by administration first. The projects or internships have to replace a school day and need to be 30 hours a week, depending on if you take AP classes or not.
Yeah, so senior exploration is the fourth quarter at Wilmington High School, where students have an opportunity to take a break from their structured classes and take a step into the real world in the form of an internship or an applied project. To do it well, you need to take the skills that you've learned in Wilmington Public Schools from really K to 12. You got to take the 5 mindsets of the vision of the graduate, and then you need to apply them to something that matters to you. And for some students, it's going to lead to a series of similar decisions about their future. And for some, it'll be an opportunity to test something out, say thanks but no thanks, and have a new opportunity to pursue passion. So that's how I put senior exploration in a nutshell.
To future seniors as to what, not doing just this, but advice, just quick advice you give future seniors on the exploration projects.
For me, my advice would be just do something that you know you would want to do for the time period, because it is when you're doing it, it feels like a long time, but it goes by really quick. So if you don't like what you're doing, then it's going to feel like it's dragging, and then you're not going to put in your best effort.
Alyssa?
I would say the same thing. Doing something you're passionate about, I think, is really important, or something that you know you want to go into in the future, because then that way, if you don't like it, you know you're not going to want to go into that. And I think also, like I said, make sure you have everything organized. I think that helps a lot with whatever you're doing.
And I chose to do an internship, and I'm doing it at the Waterfront Health Center in the North End in Boston.
Perfect. And what tasks do you have to complete at your internship?
I kind of do like a variety of things, whether it's like going around making sure like everything's like safety protocols good in the building, or I learned about like all the vaccines and like the different types of medication that you would give to various patients.
For my internship, I'm working with Alyssa Kelly. She runs a nonprofit volunteer-run mission, volunteer-run only, and it's called the Caring Closet. It was established in 2018, and it's located in Andover, Mass. So her mission is to assist low-income families in the greater Merrimack Valley. She works with a bunch of different other organizations and nonprofits. One in specific that I'm thinking of is Neighbors in Need.
I'm shooting a documentary, and it's about Wilmington, like the history of Wilmington sports. So like originally we were just going to do like something with like all kids from who go to school now, but that would be like kind of way too easy. And I mean, realistically, there's not anyone. I mean, there are some people now who've like broken records and stuff, but or like won championships, but like no one now has like done stuff that like there's like a banner for, pretty much, except like the track kids. But so basically we wanted to like throw back a little bit because that's way cooler. So we basically reached out to a bunch of people, and we're doing like the history of Wilmington sports and like where they are now.
So for my project, I'm writing a novel about my experience being the first girl on the Wilmington high school wrestling team. So my goal was to write about 2,000 words a day. So over the course of the month, I'd reach above novel length, which is 50,000 words. I'm a little behind my goal right now because of AP classes, but I'm hoping I can like up my word count once tests are over so I can kind of get there by the end.
So hopefully when you have an internship, I mean, ideally, you find that what you thought you may want to pursue as a career or go to college for is something that you're reassuring by taking part in this internship. But the other part of it, I also look at as an opportunity, if it's not sure that you want to go down a certain pathway, And by taking this internship on, you realize I don't want to do this and I don't want to pursue it in college. I always tell students, you've saved some time and money that you thought that going to college, preparing for this, for a final career that you now know you don't want to do. And it's a very difficult time in your life to make that big commitment. And that's what I love about the internship. It's reality. It's what goes on in the workplace. Something I never had as an opportunity as a student when I was younger, and I think it's just a great way to explore what's out there and kind of what it appears to be versus what it really is.
Project, you're actually going to start doing stuff. Like the end of our senior year, I really had no motivation to do anything. So I was just kind of doing whatever. But now that we're out on this project and documentary, I'm doing something that I want to do in my life. So it's miles more important than just sitting in other schools don't do this. So it's way more important that we're doing this now than seniors at Stoneham or Tewksbury or Wakefield are just sitting in class, just doing nothing.
In their own internship or project about something that they think they would be interested, something that they think would either make an impact or something that they'd be interested in doing as a career in the future, so that they can kind of get a sense of if that's something that they really want to pursue. I was I want to major in English in college, and then I did this project, and I was you know what? I really don't think writing all the time is the right thing for me, and then maybe I'd get a better sense of what I do want to do.
Experience such as, I think, just for the outside world. Again, I'm hoping to major in sports management in college, so it doesn't touch on the sports aspect, but definitely the management and running a business and things like that. So I'm hoping to get a lot out of it, a lot of hands-on work. I've already got a lot of experience on the management part of the business on social media, so creating those business cards, sending them to Alyssa, and then she's oh, I want this change, so getting that feedback, fixing it, doing it for revisions again, something like that, yeah.
Especially in a situation like this, because I podcast, my son and I have my own podcast. A situation I sit here on my show on TV, and I have an understanding how it works. What was the toughest thing that you guys had to do, Ericka?
It was definitely editing. We were struggling with it earlier today. It's just a lot of new software and a lot of steps that we aren't usually comfortable with. So it's a lot to learn and try to use what we learn by ourselves, but we also need some help on it too.
Okay. Alyssa?
I would say the same thing, editing. I feel a lot of kids here who are doing their internships or projects have already been working with WCTV or already know how to use the software, as where me and Ericka literally don't know anything. And I feel we'll have a question and we'll call over Maria or someone, and she's okay, yeah, you just do this, and she does a million steps, and we're wait, what did you just do? So I feel it is really hard with the editing, but we're kind of getting used to it a little. Not really, but...
The very first time I set foot in Wilmington High School, I saw the beautiful courtyard and a nice pergola in the middle. And that was actually the first time I heard about senior exploration, when one of the people taking me on the tour said, look, that is built by a student. I said, what? How could a student build that? And that was kind of my first introduction. And so I think fast forward to today, I brought some examples, not to leave anyone out, but just to give, a feel for how wide these interests are. For projects, we have a student writing a novel. We have a pair of students recording a studio album for their music. Some students are designing a clothing line. Another group's creating a Vision of the Graduate video game, which I can't wait to play. There are multiple murals going up in Wilmington High School and across the district. And there's a WHS athletics documentary being filmed. And this is just a quick list of a few examples. For internships, we have people at WCTV. We have students working at the different elementary, intermediate, and middle schools in the district. We have students interning in the trades. Some are working in real estate. One is shadowing a staging company that comes in and does, the furniture for an open house. We have people in nursing roles, physical therapy roles, small businesses, and even big businesses. We have students traveling with Comcast Sports and getting a look at what's happening behind the scenes. So I don't have a favorite per se, but I'm just so impressed by how wide those experiences are.
The future looks bright for these two Wilmington students who I've had the honor of the last 5 or 6 weeks to have be their advisor to get them moving here on the Senior Exploration Project. Like I said, you've done a great job. I can't wait to see the finished product. It'll be awesome. And like I said, for Wildcat Chronicles, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. You ready? For Wildcat Chronicles, I'm Jim Boyle, and
We'll see you on down the road.
Awesome.
I can't.